I've been battling since I got there. When I fired my vendor, and we're buying now. So, but it's good. Yeah.
The Stanford. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Councilmember Clotworthy? Here. Councilmember Darrow, not here. Councilmember Holler? Here. Councilmember McConnell?
Here.
Councilmember Ostrom? Here. And Mayor Graham? Here. The meeting is advertised according to the Open Public Meetings Act and complies with all the laws therein. So we have the first order of business is open to public. Any motion?
I'll make that motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We're now open to the public.
None being noted.
Need a motion to close to the public.
Motion.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, we're gonna go through what we have so far for the next council meeting. So to give you guys an understanding of what's going on, the first part is an ordinance that we have to pass. It will be a first reading. So the school board is moving forward. We're trying to get $6-point-something million loan, and we've been talking about this. We talked about it last year, trying to loan our part of a guarantee and everything like that. So they found out they couldn't get to use our money because of certain spots for the DSA, which is debt service aid coming from the school, that would offset the grant money, offset the actual debt service. So they went out and did something different. It's something called I don't know what it's called, but they can actually use the county's money. We lease the building to the county. The county puts up the money, leases it to the CCIA. They do the project, and then the CCIA, which is the Camden County Improvement Authority, will lease it back to the borough after they do the project. But the only thing is, if the school ever defaults, they need a guarantee. The county will like a guarantee as part of the whole program. So we need an ordinance to do a guarantee. At the same time, we need to pass a resolution to authorize to go up to the local finance board for relief under this guidelines. And there's an application that we have to put forth. They are paying for it. Everything is paid by them. They're the ones going up to argue the thing, and then that we will be a part of it. So so basically it is on the 18th, we have to introduce a guaranteed ordinance by the borough. The borough will adopt also a resolution authorizing the preparation of submission of a local finance application, which is what our job is to do. And then they're gonna do request for proposals on their side by September 1st, an underwriter proposal review by September 8th, submission of the local finance application by September 15th, which is for the September 17th meeting, distribution of first draft of preliminary official statements, which is what they do. They draft official statements for how the finances are going to be broken up and how the state of our town as a whole between the school and the municipality and county. Then there is a submission of a rating request, which is what they'll rate the school and the finances. The local finance hearing, which will be October 8th. And then they have adopted a bond resolution by the Improvement Authority, which they'll do at their meeting on October 9th. And then it looks like we would have to do our adoption of the ordinance after that, after the CCIA. So we would introduce it in August, but not adopt it until late October, so October meeting. So, so if anybody has any questions about that, it's not really like our project, but we're just a part of it. We're actually giving them a guarantee that all the debt will be paid back to the Camden County that they spend. Like, so they're going to spend like $6-point-something million.
Will any of this be covered by grants and?
Yeah, the debt service aid, the DSA. So they're looking at 54% from what I'm told.
That's pretty good.
It's like comes to 60-some%, but because of not new construction, they consider it to be less. It's not as paramount as the other one.
Will this be, like, I'm talking this, like, this is just general questions. Will this be ongoing, like, they're gonna start this and do one thing after another, just in summers? Are they gonna tear the whole thing down?
They're gonna do, they're doing this process now so they can get all the engineering stuff. All the engineering stuff is done, that they can start getting the RFPs for the actual work, because CCIA will be doing the work.
Yeah.
In February, and then they will be able to start construction in the summer of next year.
Good.
To put in new, HVAC. It would all be things you can't see, so it's not something it's stuff that needs to be fixed in our community, but, in our school, but not,
Not the sexy stuff.
yeah, not the sexy stuff, yeah, so it's 11.5 million originally, guys?
Mhm.
Yeah, so they really scaled it down, and, this is what they came up with, and the school, I mean, the debt service is against, the county, and I don't know, Jeff, you're new up here, but we can only borrow 3.5% of our equalized valuation, right? So which is like 5-something million here, and the school can only borrow 3%. So their maximum they can borrowing power is like 4.8, 4.9 million. So they can't get $6.5 million on their own. So that's why there's a new law passed in 2024, was it, Brian? Yeah, 2024, and only one other town has done it so far. We're the second one in Camden County to do it. So it's really good on everybody. Our bond counsel is represented by Parker McKay. We would have to get a conflict bond counsel because once it goes to the local finance board, he's going to be representing the school, and we can't have a conflict on that. Something I did know. I learned. It's Phil across, but it's Jeff Winzinski. He's from Parker McKay. He's our bond counsel for Parker McKay. So once he becomes their attorney, he will not be representing us at that local finance board.
The conflict thing worked out great last time, so maybe we should go and take that.
Well, we can do a resolution appointing conflict.
Okay.
We're at that point.
Okay. So, but I mean, this is something that the school needs, and I think it's really good for the community. The debt still, the budget all will come through here. It still goes, it doesn't go against our debt, like the 3.5%, but the lease payment does, like goes against the budget. They gotta pay, it comes out of the budget. It's in the budget because you're paying back the money and offset by the debt, the DSA grant money from the state, but it does not go against the debt that we accrue, like the municipality. So we can still borrow money against it. It doesn't max us out.
So that
That's what the local finance.
that
board
doesn't
does.
hinder our borrowing power because.
It does not end our borrowing power. It locks them in, but not us, like as a municipality.
Gotcha.
Because even though we're guaranteeing, it doesn't lock us in and say we can't borrow up to our threshold. And we're at 2.5% or something like that now. So that's the one ordinance. I haven't gotten the ordinance yet. As soon as I get that, I'll send it over to the solicitor for review, to make sure we're okay with that guarantee ordinance. Resolutions we had resolution for the municipal joint insurance fund. This is just a renewal for our membership to stay in the Camden County JIF, something we've been a part of for many years. It protects our health insurance, our safety insurance, workers' comp insurance, all the stuff is all paid through the JIF. That's what it's another 3-year program. The local finance board, we just talked about that resolution. Authorizing a resolution to affirm the Borough of Brooklyn civil rights policy. This is part of the our EPL, which is employment practice liability, one of our checklist things we have to do. We have to do a bunch of little things. After we get most of those things done, or all of them done, we submit it to the solicitor to sign off on it. One of them is, it will be in the item of discussion, but I can do it now. In the EPL, we will be, everybody in their Google Drive will get an email tomorrow from Todd or myself with the policy and procedures manual. It's up to date, pretty much what we have done. There's a couple little language changes we have to do based on what the mail is asking us to do. But if you want any changes in the policies or our employee handbook, you look through it, see if you think you want to change, and send an email to myself or Todd so we can make those changes. The next, probably the September meeting, we'll be adopting the new handbook, the updated handbook, based on that. So, I mean, it follows the mail. which is municipal employee liability or excess liability. The mail has like a template that we all use, and we went off of that, I would say 10 years ago. There was a committee together, and we went through it and made everything follow that. So moving forward, just making changes. So that you'll be getting that in an email tomorrow. Authorization to application submission of grant application, executing agreement, municipal aid for the local aid for safety, ADA, streetscaping improvements along South New Broadway. This is part of the next NJDOT money that we're going for. We just have to pass a resolution to put it on our PMRS system. That we have not passed a resolution yet, which was due pretty much July 31st, right?
Correct.
But we got an extension or whatever.
Yes.
The appointment of a new tax assessor, Michael Bernardin. He was
Which guy
the,
did you reach out to?
what's that?
Which guy was it that you reached out to?
He was the one that was number one on the list when we had last talk.
Good.
He was the guy that was from Cherry Hill, I think it was. But he would live in Cherry Hill, but he was in multiple towns. He had the most experience, we thought, and felt very. When I talked to him, I mean, he was on top of everything. We have to do since he got appointed on August 1st, you have to appoint on July 1st to start your term. So he's going to do a 11-month appointment to July 1st of next year. And then his full term will begin on that July 1st next year. I got a resolution for that. I'll send it to the solicitor just to review it. And I've already talked to the county. The county really likes him and works with him well. So it's already hit the ground running pretty well. So he started on August 1st.
Will he'll be coming?
He's going to be coming to the council meeting on the 18th also. I would say he'll come to the meeting. Introduce himself to everybody. Were you going to say?
No, he was gonna periodically, he'll be.
Oh, yeah, he'll be in. He's going to do, he does nights. He works full-time in Morristown. I think it's Morristown. Don't quote me on that. But he works full-time at one municipality, so he goes to all his other municipalities at night and stuff like that. But he can get here at 4 o'clock sometimes if he has appointments made. If somebody wants to make an appointment, we have no problem making those appointments. So
Ryan, is he working on the appraisals for the homes we're gonna sell?
he is not doing anything on the homes that we're going to sell at this time. I went and looked to see if we had any title. I do have the deeds, 2 deeds for two of them. But we have to go out and get. Well, we have the appraisal done on those already from a realtor, but that's not good enough. So we can either hire a realtor if you want to do, an appraiser, an actual appraisal.
No, we don't.
We don't need to hire.
No.
We can just have him do it.
The assessor.
Okay.
It
Oh, I
has-
didn't know that. We could do that.
It has to come from.
I didn't know he could assess the home, the borough home you're talking about, right?
Yes.
So we can get him to do the appraisal for the thing? Okay, good. I didn't know that. Awesome.
Once he get on board,
He started August 1st. He's on board now. I had him to sign off on the tax bill, so I wouldn't be able to get the tax bills in.
we can get him to look at them, right?
What's that?
Get him to look at them, borough.
Yeah, I'll give him a call tomorrow.
Right.
So. Okay. We have authorization to apply municipal liens. There's about like 3 or 4 properties that need to be liened that we grass cut. That will be added to that meeting. Then authorizing a bingo license for the Mount Ephraim and authorizing a bingo license for the Stratford Swim Club. They're all going to the American Legion for their kind of events. So they're the resolutions that are for this meeting. Any questions on any of them?
How about that property we're looking at, the done property that we're gonna look at? Are we doing anything with that?
I never got with, we had a lot of things going on. I never got with Brian on that property yet at all. What he's talking about is the Rick Franchi's old property, which is next to Rolls Ferries. It's an empty lot, that's owned by, Dunright Enterprises. They also own the bank bar in Gloucester City.
Big tax,
It was a lot.
yeah, like 100,000.
Yeah, so there's like $100,000 municipal lien against it.
Take the bar.
But you wouldn't, but no one's ever paid taxes on it. He got it through a state sale, say you're gonna pay taxes, never pay taxes on it. So we want to foreclose on it. Then he came in and said that, well, if we forgo all the previous taxes, we'll start paying taxes moving forward.
Yeah.
But I gave him that deal in 2017, did not accept it, then we're done, right? So, but the only thing is, we take ownership, it could have environmental issues. So we got a $90,000 grant from VHB. VHB is doing the environmental currently. They have a couple open requests with me that I'm sending them all the information on the site. There used to be a gas station in the past and all that stuff. I've already have a couple people that are interested in the property once we foreclose.
Are there tanks on the property?
We don't know. That's why we're doing the investigation right now.
It's-
I would assume there would be, because there was gas station there, but we don't know if they took them out years ago. We don't know. But they're doing a phase 1 and a phase 2.
And they've been dumping asphalt, who knows what else, there, so it is, it's probably contaminated. One of the,
So it'll be his responsibility, not ours, but
No, it's not true.
What? We don't own it.
If we acquire title.
That's why I'm not requiring title yet. I want to do the environmental first. We're doing the we got a grant for the environmental.
Is that gonna be enough to cover?
Yeah, we got $90,000.
we can only use it for that.
You don't use it for the environmental phase 1 and 2.
If there's any hint of
Oh, I know, I'm not gonna
contamination
get it.
there?
So let me.
That's why we haven't even started foreclosure on it.
So,
Generally speaking, like if you buy a property, there's going to be contamination with DEP is involved. Not only is the current owner potentially more liable, but so is everyone in the previous chain of title.
But you're not gonna get anything from any of those.
yeah, most of them are dead. And
Except
that-
for
the Ricks,
Yeah,
That may be, but it has a wide net of potential responsible parties.
the
There used to be the Dallas gas station.
Dallas
back in the
gas
day.
station for that, I think it was one lot at one time and it's very convenient. Boy, they split the lot. And from what I understand, there's even a lot beyond that. That's something I wanted to talk to you about.
There's 3 lots there. 3 lots over there.
Okay, there's a lot behind all that.
Mhm.
And that's all waterfront. Back there. 'Cause we have an interest that they want to come in, if it can be cleared, stone it, and park cars on it, so.
Okay. And
I
that's
don't
why,
think everything-
I didn't bring it up to you yet, but that's why I was saying we got the grant money to do a study before we even foreclose on it. Because you don't want to foreclose on it if there's any environmental issues on it, because you don't want to say, wait, let the DEP handle with them and then do their LSRP. That's why we've been holding off, but we got this grant.
Okay.
And the VHB actually does this, after they do the study, they'll give you a step-by-step guidelines of how it's got to be resolved also.
So that's moving forward with the,
Yes, it's moving forward. I got the money in the bank account already.
no, I mean, are they actually set to do some studies on it?
Oh, they already started.
Huh?
It's already started about a month ago. So they're getting all doing their due diligence, doing environmental, OPA requests and stuff like that. But I haven't found anything that has tanks in there, but our records are not that great here compared to what they're gonna have to do when they go dig and all.
So Brian, even though the old owner, we foreclose, and it's an LLC, he's got a landscaping business, right? He never paid a fine, right, Mike?
No, sir.
Never
Never
paid
paid
a
a
fine.
fine too. Yeah,
Never
there's
paid a
like
fine.
$5,000 fine. you know.
Never paid,
Is that a lien on the property?
Yeah, but it's a municipal lien, so it doesn't really go right to us.
No, that wasn't, it wasn't a court, that was a
That's a court.
proceedings.
That's a court.
It's just- This was like right around pre-COVID. I started on this project in 2017, and it took me forever and a day. I wrote somewhere around 20 summonses, and it just got tossed around court and hold.
Zoning violations?
Barrel ordinance violations.
Okay.
And it just got tossed around the court
Like
system. and
property
just-
maintenance?
Yeah,
yeah.
it got tossed around the court system and just disappeared into nowhereville. And then it kind of
Okay.
just fell on deaf ears, so to speak. So, it was, COVID kind of messed everything up a lot.
I'd say we're in limbo until we have the environmental.
Yeah. Last year, the last time we heard from him, last year, right? We heard from him. And that's when he said, well, we'll take ownership if you cancel $100-some thousand in municipal bond liens, and we'll start paying taxes moving forward. And we said no.
Sounds like a Ray Kroc handshake.
Yeah,
over there.
exactly.
It used to be, I don't know if we can do
I don't think you can do that either, but I'm just saying that's what they presented to us. And I was like, no, not even entertaining. So.
Oh, so in a way, it's good, because if he would have went for a deal, in other words, forgive that and sell the lot, whoever got the lot would have been responsible for the environment.
It's everybody that owns it and profit. Under the Spill Exemption Act, you're screwed if you go back.
All right.
All right, so we have items of discussion. We had a proclamation presentation for Karen Mickle. And we're okay with doing a proclamation for Miss Mickle. She's done a lot of stuff for the community. She handled the Bible school every single year for the last.
48 years.
I mean,
Wow.
48.
She was there
That's something.
when I was a kid. I remember her when I was a kid going through it. So,
48.
so and she did the Methodist Church for years, and the answer, to put that school program 3 days a week that they would go there. My kids went through it.
Preschool stuff.
So
Yeah.
preschool stuff. So
Been involved
she
for a long
definitely
time.
deserves something for that.
Yeah,
She
she does.
always sends us a nice thank you every year for it. So I would highly recommend having that.
No, I think
So-
that's a nice gesture.
Yeah, it's a good gesture for
Yes.
her. So the next, I'll skip the next thing for a second. The EPL we talked about, and the next one I think I want to talk about is the office space. So we've been running out of, we all need more space, basically, here. The police need more room. He needs it's like an interview room. We need more office space over here for, we need to get Mike out of the water plant, because that office is just bad over there. I mean, you wouldn't want to sit in that office ever. There's no heat, there's no air conditioning. The lead windows, it's not good, it's not healthy to be in there and all that stuff. And I really feel he should be over here anyway. He comes in here at least 5 times a day, getting, writing reports, checking to see who, the names of people, if he's doing code enforcement office, or they need a water meter or something he needs to get a code for. It's all written on our Edmunds system here. So kind of an idea to do what we did over here with the office to the left, do the same thing over here on the right. And then we thought maybe we expand this even more. If we can do the community center, we have we're gonna have John draw up a plan for us, our engineer. In the community center where we were sitting for our meetings, we're gonna go out 12 feet from the wall and put a wall there and 2 rooms. One will be storage of all of our stuff and a table, nice table. And the other room will be a small conference room, insulated very well so you can't hear, to do executive sessions inside of it.
Switching from possibly building in here to using like the community center
Using the community center as the
Our meetings,
their meeting
places.
spots.
as our meetings.
Yes.
The
And
offices
will be
wouldn't
school.
be there?
This will all be offices.
Okay.
Here. So what would happen here would be, there would be 2 offices here. We'll go 2 feet into the ground here, 2 feet on each side. There's gonna be a wall straight across. This spot here, this will stay. It'll be a nice table, big screen, and then this will be used for interview room, used for any Zoom calls and stuff like that. Nice little thing. There'll be a door over to the left that goes this way. This will be a straight wall from the right to the end of the right door, straight across to the wall here. It'll be all walled off, so it'll be 2 offices that open into the to an admissible building over there. This will be open, the spot over where the captain's sitting, and then where the 2 doors, it will be a long hallway with a door right here going that way, and that door will open into that narrowness of be a locker room for the police. We'll get rid of the doors, it'll be a straight thing. That small space where the captain is will be a nice open office for maybe the sergeant or the detective or something like that. He hasn't decided yet. But then it's open that way, and then there'll be a door that goes into the conference room. They can utilize the conference room for food or for whatever they needed to do, kind of thing. We don't have like a nice conference room anyway. So that would be something that's an idea for here. And then in the community center, you have a room for the a small table in there for to fit 12 people in for executive sessions and stuff like that. So it will be and then the other side would be storage for chairs like these. Probably all these chairs. We'll take them over there, and then we'll get a nice table to put in there. All the iPads will be stored over there. everything will be there, so when we come in a meeting, we'll have Public Works set it up every meeting for every meeting. And then the sound will be on the wall, kind of like on the wall here, we'll have sound on it, 2 TVs on each side, like we do here, and maybe like a nice Ferro logo on the wall.
Yes.
And then like we're thinking about putting a projection screen down. We talked about that for if anybody, for the water department uses that.
Is that,
The water committee uses that for water classes in the future. So, and that way the speakers are better, because I've had trouble hearing people talk when they're talking this way. So hopefully we can get that squared away, but we think that's what we all talked about, right, John?
Yes, and I'm sorry.
Go ahead, no, go ahead.
I do have some preliminary sketches together. There were just a couple dimensions that I needed to confirm and were missing. So now that I have these plans, I can finalize those and get them out to you within the next day or so.
Yeah.
you would have a,
John, a quick question. Could we, or could it be, is it possible to have a single door there, single
Yeah.
in and out? I mean, any restrictions as far as, we have a way out here, we have a way out here. This was a thought, I think,
With respect to fire, I think you should be fine as long as.
There'll be a door there and a door here.
So if I'm saying the double doors, right, you're kind of confined to both walls coming up. They're going to be equal, so you're actually closing a room in. But if you needed more room, you could reduce this to a single door out.
Yeah, but we were using that as the whole locker room. It actually measured out perfectly from there to the end to where the door would actually open to go this way.
Okay. Yeah, I know.
We actually measured it out.
Yeah.
So there will be a wall going off of Stacy's office coming this way.
Man, we did the layout a little bit different and added some stuff, so that actually those double doors will allow that to be the hallway and locker room for the PD, which will then swing around and become an office over here. So everything kind of is real fluid.
I mean, you could gain 3 feet there, as well. So,
Right.
if you had to. That won't be permanent now, so I
Right.
guess, yeah, you want to match it, so, yeah. We were discussing it, I think,
Yeah.
that's why I brought it up.
Yeah.
Okay,
And in that way, we'll gain an office for Mike on the one thing, and then will be another office here. So it actually would be great for the police too, like, and moving on. Because if you ever see their small room there, it's very compact when they do interviews. So it'd be easier to just have one room especially for interviews and stuff like that, so they don't have to like be on top of each other. So this one is everybody okay with continuing on with that project? It will definitely have to be bidded out for this part. The community center, I can't imagine it being more than $50,000. So you don't have to bid that out. If we draw it up right, and then we have the specs, and we can put it out to a couple contractors, I think we'll get some good quotes on that. But we definitely would have to bid this part out.
would we lose a lot of space in the community center if we rent it out?
Not even, it's in that dead area. If you go in here, if you go to the community center and you go to the left where the drop down ceiling is, like in that back room, that's all dead space.
It's wasted.
Yeah, I've been here long enough to know that like, it never gets used. It's just nobody congregates back there.
Yeah, true.
Everybody stays to the right.
Cool, no, that sounds good.
Yeah,
It's
so
like
that's
12
why I call it
by
like,
24, something like that.
what's that?
12 by 30, was it? 12 by 30 something, right, John?
For the, 12 by 30.
Yeah, 12 by 30.
So then we'll have storage just for things for your meetings. Like there will be no other storage in there. at all.
And no one will have a key except us.
I like it.
Just for us.
Yeah.
Just for one.
We need that.
Just for us, our stuff.
I think the only time we ever really needed space was when, there was that, one meeting that we had a lot of people that went to that, never made it on the news because it was unfounded and then ridiculous. So we won't need that kind of space. So I think for meeting wise, I think it's great.
And it'll be funny, you can still fit 100-something people.
Easy,
People
yeah.
there. It's just a matter
What's the
of.
capacity in that place?
155 seated, 210 standing.
Great. So fire wise, probably 155.
155 seated.
Okay.
I think it's still staying.
That's great.
So you might lose, I think when I ask the fire official, you might lose maybe 10.
That's good.
standing.
Yeah, I want to keep that.
Yeah, not
over
even
100.
close, you won't lose enough
All right, cool.
to even be.
I want to keep it like over 100, so that's, if we have 120, 130 capacity, I think that's great. Okay, good. I love the idea. I think it's great. I think it'll really open up here, and I think it'll be the most cost-effective way to add space.
And then the school would have to utilize it, you know, all the council and planning zoning would all have to be down there. It'd be used for 3 type of meetings, so.
Yeah.
You just have to, and that's why we'll keep that in mind when we're doing the key fob and thing, how we're gonna make that work.
When we go through all this, so, you know, so these are the things where, you know, if there's one email, like, reply me, we would, you know, how to put, it's one of those, like, let's document these so we can say, these are the people that need the fobs. These are the people that we need cards for. These are the people out there who need this access so that we have it. And then once we have that locked down, then we'll be able to manage it.
Right.
The only thing that would be the thing that would add on to your team would be, if we are gonna rent the space out, we have to block these meetings out kind of well in advance, or else we'll kind of double book, you know?
Yeah.
So we just wanna make sure that we
Well,
handle that.
yeah, we have to put the meetings in months in advance, so they're
Exactly.
blocked out. on the-
For ours, I think it'll be easy. I think the other people will be the same way, but that's one thing that, when we use that shared calendar, that would be the best way to do it.
Yeah.
But that sounds great, and I think it's a great idea.
John, what are you thinking to rent, if, you know, let's say, starting first of the year, or?
That would be great, actually. I mean, so I think we can still rent the way that we do it now, but, are you good? Can we jump into it?
You can jump into, I'll go to my last thing next.
So here's the process, you know, Trish and I had kind of laid out, and, Mike was able to jump in and kind of help with, the scares, right? So really, I think what we would do first is we could pull the trigger on getting the website updated to have this stuff, because that's gonna be, it's not a lot, but that'll be some kind of coding hours. The whole, you know, he said maybe a day, so it's not bad. I think if we go with that, the behind the scenes that would be on the borough would be to have that shared calendar, you know, create that. We can link to it, we can do whatever we need to do, but that would involve some time there. I think if we can kickstart that this week, maybe, I mean, we might work on government timelines, so it could be another 6 months, but it might go by the end of next week if he is, you know, as serious as what he said, right? The things that would be a requirement there would be looking at how we could, you know, kind of collect the payment online, what we can take here. There's many different ways, but you guys can work that out together. Then the renter would come to Borough Hall, you know, kind of sign a deal, like all that kind of stuff. So in this, we just list out, okay, once we have this rolling, I would say it's good to start to rekey. You already have a list of who have rented it, who uses it kind of like all the time. We go in, we plug that into the calendar, we run that out to the following year, you know, whatever, like in 2026, so we always, you know, just so we know, and then we start to rekey from there. So that's kind of how I would do it. And I think we would need some, like, what I would do first, and I think the best is, we reach out to all these people, we say there's gonna be a rekey happening in 2 weeks. Once this comes in, please get your key. We email them, we call them, we text them, we send a carrier pigeon. I think there's some seniors who probably call a landline.
Have it come into.
Maybe, yeah. So yeah, they come in and get that, and then it's now, here's the new process, kind of here's how it goes. We're probably gonna need to handhold it a little bit. So it'll be like that, but I mean, if you guys don't see any issues, I'm ready to go. I think fob wise, we probably need some more, since there would be some people, I think it just comes with 5, like, you know, let's get another 10, just so we have them laying around. But then the cards, like, they'll all be able to have, so it's
I
cards.
don't think
and
we're
cards.
going to the 5 right now, though, aren't we? Just going to
Well,
the straight
that's a
I'm gonna
temporary-
read E2.
I'm gonna talk to Kimball, I'm gonna call him tomorrow, what he was gonna do, he says, it's only, he couldn't get in, because he couldn't really do anything. No one's there. And, he's gonna just replace the cylinder, so all that is.
Yeah, that's easy.
And
The
then-
lock itself would still pop.
Everything is,
With the fob.
yeah, so I figured it was not a great expense. and-
Yeah, it's
and
worthwhile.
2 days in a row, the door was left open all night.
Yeah.
Somebody, you know, fortunately, nobody went.
That's the negative with the key versus the fob. The fob will always
Well, the
lock.
fob
behind
is
you.
terrific.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like here, I love it.
Yeah.
So that may happen. I'll depend, if he hasn't already started on the cylinders, which he said he was already, one day, early in the week, he was gonna come and install them. So either way, if he does, I'll just have keys
Cool.
and everybody will have a master.
McGee's does it too, and they did the whole bowling alley for me in a day. You know, what I mean?
Yeah,
So they're,
yeah.
they're really good. So 1 key card per group, that's the scare, but, you know, like Mike said, we'll have like an emergency number. we'll put it up in there. If you get locked out, if this happens, call this number. They'll have a fob, phone, or a key. The Google Calendar, like update, like would be manual. Ryan, what I typically do for these things, especially, kind of rule number one at the business is always assume negligence. So we set a calendar reminder, once every 2 months, kind of double check, once a week to do like little reports, things like that. It'll take 5 seconds. Any emergency calls, I think we're good there. If they lose it, those cards aren't cheap, the fobs aren't cheap, that would come out of their security deposit, right? So we take that, which will make sure that that's in the contract. Do you have that contract done yet?
Yeah, so everything going on.
And then,
Especially the gather guard, the main thing.
if they need to prop the door open, kind of things like that, that's the thing where I think it's just gonna be, it is what it is. It's just gonna lock behind you because we don't wanna leave it open all the time.
Wave it.
You wave and then you open it. I think they'll try and prop it. I think they'll do things like that. So I think we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. It's not a major problem. Obviously for school dances and things like that, all that kind of stuff, well, people that have keys will have keys, but your onesie, twosie, basically non-residents or just residents having parties, I think it's fair. So
Yeah, you don't need to have that door open all the time,
No.
I mean,
I think it'll cause more harm than good.
yeah,
You know?
absolutely.
And then I'd say that what I would do is let's get the website rolling with the run through. I'll speak with you for the contract. We'll get that input. Once we won't advertise this yet. We'll kind of have like a real soft rollout, and then we'll go through the rekey project. So once he gives me this will be done by this date, then we'll start making some calls. We'll call everybody, make them come in. We'll say this is going to happen when it goes live. Just kind of communicate with them like all the time, just so they know. And they would come in and say, just kind of scan right here. So we can handhold them like their first time, and then I think we'll be smooth after that. But if you guys don't see any problems, and Mike, you're gonna plug this whole source, I think we're ready to go.
My question is for fob days, like if we're using the fob and automatic locks, for election days, how do we keep the door unlocked?
Key.
The keys, we have to,
So usually the way it works, is the fob will kind of, trigger the magnet to kind of push the door open.
I got that part, but I just didn't know.
The key would be the one that where it'll do it where the fob would be basically rendered useless because the key would push the door open and close.
So, I noticed you mentioned last time, so when people are having events there, they're not gonna they're just gonna have the fob going in and out.
That's the pro and con there. So that's what I dislike. It's safer, but annoying.
I think
You
you're better
could give
on the
them a
safe
key.
side though, really.
Yeah.
Somebody could stand by, like, you gotta stand by at the door if you got people coming in. But the door's gonna shut every time, and that's for security.
Yeah.
Anybody could come if it's open all the time.
And if they forget to do it, I mean, they could come in there that night and just cause,
Yeah.
kind of $100,000 worth of damage.
And that's a bug that we could,
We could
Okay.
figure that out. I think we'll iron that out, but that's what, that's the idea thing. Do we give them a fob with a key on it? But then again, then they can go get these keys made again, like
Yeah,
it's the same last
right,
fob, where it's like, that's why, kind of safety, your convenience, and, kind of being able to do this remotely and all that kind of stuff is like there's a lot of those wins, but, that's the negative. Is like, if it's one of us, you can do the key, leave it open. But for those events, if they do it, it's like, this is a good space, it was nice, but, what happens here? Right? But yeah, so that's that. But I would say let's roll on the
see how
website.
that works out, that's all.
Yeah, we'll figure that out. And we'll say, I'm sure we can pivot from there. We're not the only one with this problem.
Right.
So, cool. But that was all I had on that.
We could have a doorman.
Could have a doorman. That's not a bad idea. The little towel, the little hat.
I nominate Harry.
Harry. Yeah.
And he would do it.
He's like the guy from Grand Budapest, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that was all I had for that. So I'll make a call tomorrow, and we'll get a move.
Yeah.
So the other one I had here, shared service agreement with Haddon Heights for construction secretary. So our construction secretary is Melissa Perry, and she went and interviewed a job at Haddon Heights. Haddon Heights liked her, and they want to hire her. So I asked them if they wanted to propose a shared service agreement, which they have sent me last week. I have not forwarded to anybody yet, or the mayor knew about it, but the mayor gave permission to go have her go talk to them. it's looking at under the shared service agreement right now. They're gonna pay us $32,000, the Haddon Heights, for 20 hours of her, 20 hours of her work week. How she would schedule that would be that she would be out of here in the morning, not being here in the morning, so 8:30, between 8:30 to 12:30, then she'll be here 12:30 to 5. So she wouldn't be going home, like she'll be putting a full day in the afternoon to 5 o'clock. And she even said on Wednesdays, she'll stay till 7, because usually sometimes she had planning and zoning meetings, scheduled here, and maybe give late hours for here to make up some extra hours. So she'll lose about 6 or 7 hours total working hours here. Based on her staff here, we could do it. Currently, as her staff is right now, we could do it. But she would also know that she would get a pay reduction at the borough because she wouldn't get full pay here and get the extra money over there. So she would get a reduction in her pay here. So the borough will benefit maybe about eight grand savings
A year.
doing this, yes.
Now, how about, do we still cover her health insurance of that, or would that be?
That's the 32,000. So basically it's like, that includes everything, includes employer taxes. She will get paid $24,000 there. And then we would take off 8,000. So she would really get a net $17,000. So basically that extra 10, it'll go towards the health insurance, goes towards the employer taxes, all that stuff.
So we're saving 8 or we're saving 32?
We get 32 with the shared service agreement, but we're only paying her, we would pay her like 24, 25, whatever it is.
So it would
And then
put
she
40
gets a
back
reduction.
into the borough?
Correct.
I
Yeah,
see.
because it's hard to explain it without showing you
Yeah,
the
I
number, because her salary and wage line will go down in the borough, go up for Haddon Heights, you'll get 24,000 for Haddon Heights, but we'll get that other 8 grand on the back end towards to go to employer taxes and stuff. Plus, we get the money that we save on her salary.
Right, let me
So
ask
it
you
comes
this,
to like 15.
let me ask you this question now. So at the end of the year, on that line item, it's gonna be packed number. Right, it's gonna be the full 32 plus what she makes? You know what I'm saying?
You're not doubling it up.
Well,
We get 32, we're collecting $32,000 from Haddon Heights.
so that's gonna show.
That's gonna show on the budget. They have to show on the budget this year too. We have to do a chapter 159.
Right.
Like, we're prorated for the rest of the year if we go through this. It's all prorated. So it would be,
Does she work 40 hours?
she does not work 40 hours currently.
I mean,
It's only 34 hours currently she works.
That's considered full-time?
It's considered anything over 30 hours in the health insurance.
And she's salary, I presume.
She's salary, yes,
And she'll continue to be salary,
correct.
but she'll technically be under the 30 hours for health insurance.
Correct.
And what portion of the 32 will she?
I don't know. I'm gonna send you the shared service agreement. You can look at it and see what
Okay.
you think.
My only thing that
I
I,
assume that she'll get balanced from health insurance.
yeah,
No, she won't get balanced. I mean, because she's still, I've checked with the shift before, but I'm on a shared service agreement, only work 20 hours here and 20 hours in the other shared service. It's considered just one, because you only get paid from one municipality.
Will be the provider.
Yes, we're the provider, exactly.
so my thing is like, we had kind of reduced the time and the workload with, working with our outsourced company for the borough homes and things like that. So
Yeah.
that kind of freed up some
So
time.
came some freed up a little bit of time, yeah.
I do feel like there's still, I mean, the feeling I get is that as far as the office, it's still a little like underwater, right? There's still things that, kind of take some time, things like that. Obviously, like, a lot of work to be done. I feel like we would be losing hours and just getting, and then just gaining a few dollars, like productivity from the office and that kind of stuff, like, are we gonna have like less employees, less things are getting done, less time for citizens? I don't know, it just feels like. Does that sound accurate?
Yeah. No, I mean, it's definitely, that's why I'm saying, that's why it's council's decision.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you don't have to let her do this. I mean, she's looking for more money.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
And you know, she's getting good at what she's doing as the construction official, and this was recommended from one of her inspectors that works with her now,
Yeah.
recommended her for the job over there.
'Cause I feel like then we would almost need another part-time employee that's really not gonna be good or specialized at anything.
I mean, you can, but then, okay, so you're saving $8,000, so you could theoretically put a part-timer in there to be there
That
every
gets
day.
sloppy. You want
It gets
ownership.
sloppy, yeah, but I understand that, but I'm just saying, like, you could, but like, I thought that out a little bit, but I mean, we can maintain based on what we have, because I feel we're not working at capacity now. I
Is that
am
a
in my
people
mind,
thing?
but I don't think everybody's working at capacity.
I mean, I'm like, will you, I mean, you know, we've seen it, will that come out of the team, or is that a people problem?
People problem, in my opinion, but I can't go into details.
Yeah, I'm not sold on it for the fact of, I think we'll get less,
That is the question.
yeah, I think we'll get less.
What wouldn't she be doing?
She would, we would take, I would hand over rentals to, Dave Reynolds, with like all the rental properties. They get a CO. She sets the schedule up for our housing official who's down in Marina, on our shared service thing. So she does all that, which is like 100. They do it like once a year. We're gonna do it in September this year. It takes about a month and a half to go do that. It's a lot of work. We're taking away rentals. Obviously, she lost her home. She doesn't do it as much as she did before. So, but she's willing to, like she said, she's gonna go from 34 to working 40 hours, plus she's gonna gain, plus she said she was willing to work on Wednesdays later. So she can gain another 2 hours there a week also, so 42 hours a week,
So she'll be working for
42 and a half. What's that?
so that will all come out of our program, though. That'll all come out of the way you're getting paid from them.
You're getting paid from them, but you pay the whole salary comes out of work on, yes.
That Brooklyn's responsible for nothing, other than they give us quarterly payment,
Yeah.
or whatever the salary is.
It doesn't, the one side of me, I really want to see this person because I like people spread their wings and, you know, make more money. From the councilman kind of perspective, where I do have to think about, our town, I feel like you're already split 8 different ways.
Yeah.
Now we have less here of people that you were developing, you know, kind of working with. Then now we're gonna lose some hours. Now we're gonna shift the work to somebody else who might already be almost at capacity. I feel like it's that, I feel like we're gonna lose here, and then you're gonna work extra hard, and then it's not really gonna go, it's not gonna go better. If you have a grand plan on this, I'd be open to it,
I
but
do have a great
it doesn't feel good or sound good,
All
but
right, so
if you feel good, I trust you.
all right, the grand plan at the end of the day is, the police secretary right now is, taking the tax collector exam. That's why this other office is here, right? I don't know if she passed yet. I'll know, she'll know, I think the end of next week. If she passes, then she'll still take it again in October. But, she passes it January 1, she becomes tax collector, she's still our treasurer. You give her a little bit of money from whatever that is, right? You move her over here, and now we have that full timer back over in this side of the office, what I'm saying.
Can we eliminate somebody with that?
What, that's her being out of there, it's fine, like, that's what I'm saying, I can get a little bit of money on that side, and then we can do a part-timer for the police secretary. That was
sounds
the
more
thought
palatable.
process. That was the thought process I had. I've had conversation with the captain about this before. So that was one of the things we were looking at. But I'd say that's a grand plan, but it's
What are your
not
thoughts on
there
that?
yet.
You like that idea? Is it doable? I'm sure you don't
Great
like
what
it.
she does, I don't wanna lose her, but, she's an asset to the borough somewhere else and can, you know, increase her salary. I can take the, everything to hit and try and hire somebody part-time.
Is a part-timer doable for you? You can say no.
She does every, she's aces behind the scenes. We need a police secretary.
Yeah.
So she's irreplaceable, for me, but if it's the grand plan, you know, I can fall in line and we can, you know, she got to train the trainer.
I'll tell you who needs a
So you also have a person that's backing up,
Oh, yeah, but-
back up that
This
too.
is, yeah, this whole thing sounds real muddy.
Yeah.
I like it, but it sounds,
Well, it's not a guarantee yet because we
Yeah.
don't know what she's gonna be doing, but I'm trying to like,
I always like.
it's
a
an
silver
opportunity
bullet.
that showed up
Yeah,
for her now, like, so it's not like it's, because you're gonna need to scale back A
Yeah,
little
this
bit
is
if you
like,
don't bring it over.
it's just House of Cards here with Kevin Spacey, you know what I mean?
But I see the picture in my head. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
I totally understand that. It's gonna be,
I trust your chest.
it's still gonna be,
It sounds like shit.
is the burden gonna be on me more? Yeah, 100%, I'm not gonna lie.
That's.
And I understand where you're coming from, but I'm saying like, I can't stop somebody who wants to spread their wings
I agree.
for anybody. I would never want someone to stop going to school, getting educated, doing what they gotta do what's best for their family.
The burden on you thing is, wearing thin on me because of, like, you have big things to do and you're gonna be doing little things.
Mhm.
General Patton wasn't shining shoes for people. You know what I mean? So ideally, do what you're good at, delegate the rest.
Right.
And it seems like this is getting to the point where you're gonna be doing everything. And I just want that.
Things, yeah. But I do, I mean, I still think if you had put a committee together with personnel before maybe the council meeting to at least discuss this more
Yeah,
in a more open forum with the people that work in the office,
okay,
maybe you can come up with an idea that you think might be better. I would highly suggest that.
okay.
What do you think, Mayor?
I think,
And the personnel
I think
committee
it's a
will-
great, yeah, I think it should go to personnel and then come back next, when is she scheduled to?
Well, she's training a little bit now. She's not training this week, for the vacation, but, so she's training right now. She went there for a couple days so far, because they have an historic district, so she's gotta learn a little bit about that, the different rules and regulations for that, for construction. But,
She-
but right now, nothing's signed, I said if Hadden Heights wants to pay her as she goes, if they wanted to bring her in earlier to try to start training her, I said, that's fine, but as long as I'm not paying her, like, that's the point, so.
That's not a good thing either.
Yeah.
How does she feel? In other words, this was an opportunity that,
Well, that's why I said we need to put the committee, I don't wanna talk about somebody in, because you really can't.
no,
I really feel that she should talk to a committee for you guys to see what she wants to do, not me speaking for employees.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right.
Stacy, you're
Who's personnel?
chair, Stacy. You're chairperson, new personnel, right? And actually Bruce Darrell and John are on it. So Bruce, for some reason, can't show for a committee meeting. Tricia on an alternate on that personnel committee.
So it'll
we
be
get-
John, Stacy, and,
It'll
Bruce.
be, yeah.
Okay.
John, Stacy, and Bruce now.
Yep.
Bruce sometimes has trouble, because I know he works in the day if you guys have something going
Well,
on.
we can do Zoom, we can do anything with the meeting, since like, don't need to
If you guys want to pull it together.
Just
we
saying, I think this is
I'll make it
something
work.
that we gotta move on and get it,
I agree, this week.
try to get it done by
Or, yeah, yeah.
meeting.
Okay, Wednesday, yeah, next week.
What is the, next meeting is what?
The 18th.
18th.
Yeah. So, I mean, you only got a week and a half for the next meeting, but like I said, it's something that, their meeting is tonight, I believe. That they're gonna, they like her, I mean, they really like her, I mean.
No, she's very good.
So that's good, so,
I thought she was at work, but you look at her desk and she's a busy.
but she knows where everything is on her desk, she just, like, all that stuff is all
And to
organized.
bring, possibly somebody in to do some other stuff, doesn't.
But I don't think
It's
we need
sloppy,
to do
yeah,
that
sloppy.
at this point, but
I feel like there could be a silver bullet here that maybe we need to.
I think something can be worked out. I just, but I can't, I don't know.
Yeah.
I have a couple ideas in my head I can throw to the committee outside of this.
Yeah,
I don't wanna bring that up here now to about other employees, so
You're gonna be,
without them knowing what I'm talking about.
Yep, no, that's good.
Ryan, you gotta be involved in the committee part.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
because
absolutely.
You know the dollars and cents, all that.
Yeah.
All right.
Any questions on that, Brian? Is that good? Okay. I'll send you the agreements too, just so you have. And, that's it for, stuff we need to discuss. I'm rolling with the raffle. I was hoping to have it started on Monday. I'm trying to work out, figuring out how to take Venmo payments, and I'm not very good with Venmo, I don't know why. But apparently now I learned that you can change your own Venmo, but I don't want to be a part of it. I'm trying to create a new Venmo
Okay, don't do that.
and put it to a new bank account. So I'm opening another account at First Colonial, and then that way it's gonna, and then I'm gonna tie the account to it.
Yep.
That way it'll be easier, and I can use that account to
You'll be in
pay
big trouble with your.
some of the things. So I don't want to be involved in it, with my name on it.
First
So,
Colonial also has Zell.
but what?
Zell.
So, okay. So, and then once I have that, I can put the rules on the rules are all done, they're all drawn up, and everything. There's 100 prizes, 35 prizes are, the lowest prize is like $125, but everything is good, and plus you get the extra prize that book on Monopoly. So,
Where's the board?
not done yet, some is coming,
Thimbles coming out, baby. Thimble.
But, so hopefully we can, make money for, for the seniors of the community. All the tickets are in there. If you want to start, grabbing, them, if I have like a mock flyer, if you want to start using that. But I also want to start, I need some help, going to get the prizes that we have. Every prize is subject to change based on availability, but I do have the hard, what we want to get, and we're gonna go out and get them and all that stuff. But I need help, we may get some donated, we may have to spend some.
Donate the list, and then,
Yeah. I
you can change that.
put Westbrook Lanes on there, by the way.
That's it. That's the way to do it.
So,
Rule number one is we never say no to requests off from employees. Number two is we never say no to people asking for money. Especially on
so,
people.
yeah, so we'll be benefiting those things. So we, obviously the 35 prizes of the gift card will be our businesses in our community and stuff like
That's
that.
great.
So we're all about helping out our community. So I think it's gonna be a fun thing. We've gotten some requests. I think the mayor's got some emails from seniors and I said, help is coming. We're working on that. So
85 businesses.
That's great, yeah.
85 businesses. They need a card for Harry, so.
no, we got money for that. So
I
we
was gonna talk to John.
donated. So whenever you want to go buy it, we can put that up. So we can get that working on.
Don't get them a cheap one, right?
No, no,
A good one.
I would like to get him.
I want some rims on this thing with music, big speakers, the guy with the big speakers on the back, and rolling down. Gotta have the American flags up like you had.
They have them in Italy. They're all over that, those little towns. Yeah.
Brian, before I forget, for the personnel committee, is there a master sheet that has every employee's hours?
Oh, every employee's hours, yeah.
Hours and days they work?
Yeah.
Because I think at a minimum, council and mayor and the personnel should have them.
I have that stuff.
I'm gonna make number one, but I also want to show you.
I did ask them this year for that. Their list.
Okay.
Probably the hour here, and I want to show you.
All
And
right.
this administration, it's all confusing because of the, went from 4 days to 5 days. And, I mean, the other option is, like I said, there's other options, I will get with the committee that we could, avoid even doing a shift service, so. But that would be something that could be due next year. All right, anything else from anybody in the meeting that has anything to discuss? Resolution?
We are gonna have the executive.
Yes, we do have an executive session, so if everybody's okay, we can, move on to the executive.
Do you need a motion for that?
No, I'm gonna wait. We have resolution number 115 in 2025. Resolution excluding the public participation within the portion of the meeting of the Borough Council and the Borough of Brooklyn pursuant to NJSA 10:4-12. It's, there will be, no action taken after the, executive session. It should be about 30 minutes. Do I need a motion?
I'll make that motion.
All in favor?
Are we taking 5?
Mike, you're staying.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Hurry up.
I will. I just need to call my, that's my boss real quick.